This is surreal. Before I share a bit of our story and my comments, I really do want to stop and thank Julie for organizing this day, but going well beyond that for handling all of our communications, our marketing, any event planning, everything related to the kitchen, the food program, along with Paul Shankman. I thank you as a mother who walks the same road as you, and I thank you as a family member that I consider you now, and as a true friend. So thank you. My comments are going to blow away, so I'm just going to go with it. It's, like I said, this is just surreal, standing up here. What a glorious day. It feels like yesterday, but it was actually 22 years ago when Sawyer was born. And I have this vivid memory for as long as it's been of pacing the halls of the ICU in my pajamas, just 24 hours after we learned that Sawyer didn't have vision. And I couldn't figure out how he was going to get to his job. Like how he was 24 hours old and how is he going to get to work? And then when we left with this newborn baby, this 6-day-old baby, all I cared about was not how to do the diaper or anything like that. It was, I asked the head nurse at the ICU who had a grandson with special needs, is he going to have friends? And little did I know, or I learned very quickly, that this was just the start of a mountain of questions that would grow exponentially from that day. Will he go to college? What is he going to do after school? What's his daily life going to look like? Will he have friends? Will he have a job? And the most worrisome question of all, what happens when we're no longer here? As so many families here know, there's no roadmap for parenting a child with special needs. Many times there's no road. Each individual with a disability is so unique in their own ways that the answers to this mountain of questions varies widely from person to person and family to family. There is uncertainty at every turn, and we wonder and refret as to whether there will be programs, resources, staff, jobs, or communities where our loved ones can belong. But regardless of how different our journey is, what we want for our children is just the same as any other parent. We want our kids' lives to be filled with things they enjoy, things that challenge them. We want them to connect with others and feel accepted. We want them to have a sense of community and a place where they feel like they can belong. And again, most importantly, we want to know that we're no longer here. They're going to be okay. The community that we wish for them can't just be rooted in us, because we're not always going to be here. We want to know that they'll be okay. It's not as simple for parents like us to just have these hopes and send our kids out into the world like we do with some other kids and say, go find your people, go find your purpose, go into the world. With this population, we have to bring their community to them. It takes a tremendous amount of preparation, thought, and care to create the conditions under which they can thrive. So recognizing this, Dayton and I started looking for situations for Sawyer when he was just 14 years old. We explored places all over the country. They were few and far between. And we knew not only how important this decision was going to be, but how difficult it was going to be to find a place that checked every box. We were willing to go, as you can tell, far from where we were raising Sawyer and our daughter Riley in Boston. And after pinning our hopes on several places that we ultimately decided was not the right fit, we found Big Wave. Here we found parents who, despite their jobs, their caregiving responsibilities, their parenting responsibilities of other children, their financial situations, knew that they had to put their heads together and give any ounce of time and effort and expertise and just headspace to solve this problem, to create the future that their children and so many in the disabilities community deserve. So we packed our car, loaded the 2 dogs in it, and drove across country. And when we joined the Big Wave team, where we're standing right here was a field. It was a field and architectural plans. I remember, Jeff. Yet there were families like us who believed in the vision of what can be on this field that started 27 years ago. And without each of the belief of each of the families sitting here, their belief in the vision, we wouldn't be here today. So to all of those families, those who were here 27 years ago before my child was even born, up until today, I thank you personally and on behalf of Big Wave Group for believing, for jumping in the boat with us, and for grabbing an oar and getting it done. And now where a field once stood, we have these beautiful rooms, these beautiful spaces where people from the disabilities community and the greater community beyond will gather, will watch movies together, connect, laugh, socialize, where they will feel like they can belong and learn to make their lives as full as they deserve to be. But these beautiful spaces would never have come to fruition if we had not brought on our architectural team, James Hallbrunner, Jeffrey McAdam, Dominic Dutra, who, along with our client's representative, Drew Bagdasarian, saved this project in so many ways. And I know Jeff is going to be talking all about the people actually building the building as well. But that architectural team, as well as Drew, cannot go unsaid at how integral they were to getting this all done. At many points along this journey, many points, this project could have failed. As so many of you know, who I'm looking at here today, it was like playing whack-a-mole for years. What fire are we putting out? What problem are we solving? For years and years, we met, we fretted, we debated a lot, but with love and with the same goal in mind as parents and advocates of the disabilities community. Among the families who I just mentioned were a core group of people who really went over and beyond. This was the Big Wave Group Board of Directors, who Dana and I really now consider family. We have been through it all together. It pains me that I can't go into the ways here. I would be here for a very long time if I went into each way each member of the board contributed to us being here today. But trust me when I tell you that without any one of them, this would not have happened. I would like to, at the very least, acknowledge them by name and ask them to stand up, just so we can acknowledge the incredible dedication and commitment they've shown to this project, starting with Jeff Peck and Kim Gainza, Julie Schenkman, Stephen St. Marie, John Hinton, Jack Easterbrook, Bill Carlson, Eric Anderson, and of course my husband Dayton. Thank you. You are forever my family. Dayton, don't sit down because I want to ask you to come up here, if you would. Dayton has led our finance and our operations for years. And I just have to, if you just indulge me for a second, I want to personally thank you. And just recognize you. I got to keep it together. You have me in awe of the husband and the father that you are, but at so many times during this project, you have just amazed me at your financial and operational expertise, your strategic mind, your steady hand, and your ability to talk me off the ledge more than one time a day. I know I speak for the entire board when I thank you for your leadership, and I thank you for your love. And on just one more personal level, I do want to thank one more person, and that's our daughter, Riley. You have sacrificed so much, as Dad and I have devoted so many hours to this project during your teenage years and the beginning of college. I'm acutely aware of your selflessness and how it contributed to building this building, and I want you to know that you are every part of this project and getting it done. And most importantly, as your mother, I want you to see this project as a message that when you can't find a way, you make one yourself. I love you. And finally, this army of parent volunteers is more than happy to turn to give the reins of the operations of the Big Wave Group over to our executive team. Our executive director, who I'd like to have stand, Jennifer Senecal, our Richmond coordinator, Kim Rivera, and our chef, Susan D. Leone. We are here cheering you on. We are here supporting you as you continue to build this community, this social hub for individuals with disabilities to thrive. And this is just the beginning. Thank you so much.